Body on the shot. Go, Georgia Southern!
For kill once again.
And the Savannian has a touchdown. Eagles take the lead.
Long shot and blocked by Karen Shack.
Here Georgia Southern with a strike from the outside corner. And it's in! Welcome into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. With Colin Lacey, I'm Danny Reed. For 6 months and 1 day, the Eagles did not play. But last Saturday at Alan E. Paulson Stadium, athletic competition resumed for the Georgia Southern Athletic Program as the Eagles hosted the Campbell Fighting Camels for the first ever time on a college football field. And our game highlights brought to you by Optum Medical Center. Georgia Southern was immediately put behind the 8-ball, Colin. Yeah, they were a 5-touchdown favorite against Campbell, but they were without 33 guys on that inactive list that was announced 3 hours before kickoff.
3 hours before the game at 12:30 that afternoon, 33 inactives named, and then everybody in Statesboro kind of took a deep breath when 2 minutes into the game, Georgia Southern found themselves down by a 7-0 score.
That was a 6-play, 75-yard drive by the Campbells, highlighted by a 10-yard touchdown run from running back Bryant Barr. Georgia Southern's first drive was largely aided by Campbell penalties, but the end part was a good one. Alex Rayner, the redshirt freshman out of Harrison High up near Kennesaw, nails a 41-yard field goal for the first kick of his career and the first 3 points of his career as an Eagle.
And we've been so accustomed to good kickers around Statesboro the last number of years, between Youngwei Koo, who's now kicking with the Atlanta Falcons, Tyler Bass, who also kicked on Sunday with the Buffalo Bills. And so you've got 2 NFL stars that are preceding Alex Rayner, and now seeing him take over as a redshirt freshman, seeing him go 2 of 2 on the weekend is something good to see.
But despite Campbell playing on national television for the first time ever, they went right down the field again. A 40-yard touchdown pass this time from Haj Malik Williams to Jai Williams, no relation, to give the Campbells a 13-3 lead after the extra point was no good. Georgia Southern, as Colin mentioned, getting a second field goal from Alex Rayner in the second quarter. And at halftime, Georgia Southern was trailing the FCS Fighting Campbells 13-6. Now, even though Georgia Southern was supposed to get the ball to start the second half, it didn't last very long. The opening kickoff was fumbled. A couple of plays later, Campbell was in the end zone. It was Haj Malik Williams on an 8-yard scramble, and it was 20-6, right around 2 minutes into the second half. But the game started to change. On a 3rd and 8 deep in Georgia Southern territory, Shiwards takes off on a first down run. Next play scrambles for 32. The drive ends on a 4th and 1 conversion. Shi hits DJ Butler in the back of the end zone for his first career touchdown. The score is cut to that point at 20-13. And Colin, at that point, the Eagle defense locked in.
Being able to see them come down, you're down to an FCS team 20-6 like we've mentioned. It's so easy to fall in the hole of, okay, it's time to move on to the next week. That's not what Georgia Southern did, and you expected nothing less from this team from never giving up.
After a muffed punt by Campbell, Georgia Southern tied the game on a 4-yard touchdown run by J.D. King, 2020, taking the lead for good with 6:42 left on Shiwards' 41-yard touchdown run, 27-20 at that point. Campbell did score a touchdown on a pass to Jalen Kelsey with 15 seconds to play, went for 2 and the go-ahead, but the pass fell incomplete, and after a crazy situation with some onside kicks and some penalties and some reviews, Georgia Southern finally knelt it down and celebrated a 27-26 victory to get to 1-0 to start the 2020 season. When we come back from this timeout, we will see just how Georgia Southern football has dealt with COVID-19 as Blue White Weekly continues.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield Img College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield Img College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate, the broker and owner, also co-owner of PMG Rentals, which is a property management company. As a Georgia Southern graduate in 2005, I got into real estate fresh out of school and was excited to have the opportunity to be the official real estate agent of Georgia Southern Athletics. I would say what sets me apart is the drone and online marketing presence that Statesboro Real Estate has to offer. Statesboro is such a small town and just has a really cool feel to it, and it's neat to see somebody at the grocery store, at the ball fields, and know that you've helped them in the past and have the opportunity to continue to help them pursue their dream home. PMG Rentals is a great value adder to Statesboro Real Estate for the fact that if you're a renter, we can show you houses to buy in the future, and also if you're an investor, you can purchase with us and then lean to PMG as your property management for the future. Whether you're looking to buy an investment property, have it professionally managed with PMG Rentals, buying your first home, or buying your dream home, make sure you call Paul.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. It's undeniable that COVID-19 has turned our world upside down, and Georgia Southern football has been caught right in the middle of that. But in this week's feature segment presented by Ford, Director of Athletics Jared Benko and Head Football Coach Chad Lunsford take us through the process of making sure Eagle football can still perform at top level.
We were going into spring break, and so we were having a team meeting anyway to talk about what spring break needed to look like, what our team meeting was going to look like when we came back from spring break. And then as they were on spring break, it got extended to another week. And so we continued to postpone coming back and when the team meeting was going to be. There wasn't a whole lot of, talking about, hey, this is what this is going to be like. Hey, this is what this is going to look like. Because for the longest time we sat there and said, okay, when are we coming back? And we just kept trying to figure that piece out.
Yeah, so the priority right now, again, hasn't changed from day one. It's first and foremost is ensuring the safety and wellness of our student athletes. And then when you start looking at actually Paulson Stadium and other venues, is ensuring the safety and wellness of our fans and patrons. Everything we're looking at is how do we keep the social distancing piece? And so I give credit to our ticket office staff and several of our staff that have looked at literally every section of Paulson Stadium and tried to look at maximizing people, I'd say, rear ends and seats, right? But also doing a way that we can keep socially distanced from there. I think the biggest piece, I talk about it all the time of how our team has a brotherhood. They're very close. When they're not together and they're spread out, it's hard to keep that culture piece in place. And so, hats off to our guys because they really worked hard at it. And it was different when we first got back. I mean, it wasn't the same. And we couldn't get all together, but when we did get back, as it started to move toward what it looks like right now with the football team and all that kind of stuff, you could see what we were at come back. It is going to be a choppy season. It is. So I think that's where we have to have the mindset that we have to get through. It's going to be a week-by-week deal. But at the end of the day, we're not going to compromise our integrity. We're not going to compromise our values of ensuring that the safety and wellness of everyone is at our priorities. So it is going to be a season unlike any we've ever had before.
Another challenge that I hate is in the summer, we normally have a player family cookout. We were not able to bring the families down and do that player family cookout. At the end of the year, we usually have some type of little field day out on Eagle Creek and, that blue collar slip and slide we'd make and, just go out there and have a great time with a cookout, man. So those types of things have really been the challenges. But our coaches and our players did a tremendous job of making sure that they stayed close and stuck together throughout that trying time, and just keep believing that we were going to come back together and get to play ball with each other again.
When we return, we'll take a look back at Georgia Southern's Olympic sports as Blue White Weekly continues.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullet Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullet Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Georgia Southern women's soccer had to wait a couple of extra weeks as the Sun Belt Conference said you can't have any live competition until September 3rd. But this past Monday night, they finally took to the pitch, opening the 2020 season, Colin, against a former rival, the Citadel Bulldogs.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, how scheduling for all Olympic sports in the fall has become a nightmare, with numerous conferences and schools saying they are postponing or canceling fall activities. But Georgia Southern finally gets back on the field Monday night over at Eagle Field against the Bulldogs of Citadel, and we take a look back at those highlights now. Georgia Southern women's soccer opens up the 2020 season over at Eagle Field on Monday night against the Citadel Bulldogs coming in. Move on to the 21st minute of the ball game. Logan Dix for the Citadel would find the back of the net for the first goal of the evening and make it a 1-0 Citadel lead. Just 4 minutes later in the ball game, again, it's Logan Dix for the Citadel to double up the score and make it a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Bulldogs. Dix, the senior out of Ohio for the Bulldogs, with her second goal of the night and would end up being the game winner for the Bulldogs. Georgia Southern battles back late in the first half as Maria D'Angelo, the freshman from Italy playing in her first collegiate game, finds the back of the net for Georgia Southern and cuts the Citadel lead in half at 2-1. After that 25th minute goal by Logan Dix, the Citadel would be kept off the scoreboard by goalkeeper Sally Newton. A couple of big saves throughout the ball game, especially in the second half. She records 7 saves on opening night for the junior out of Wilmington, North Carolina. A hard-fought game by Georgia Southern women's soccer as a couple of chances in the second half. but Citadel would hold off Georgia Southern. It would be a 2-1 final in favor of the Citadel over at Eagle Field on opening night. Again, not necessarily the result that Georgia Southern women's soccer wanted, falling 2-1 to the Citadel Bulldogs on Monday night. They'll get their chance at redemption on Sunday against Appalachian State, Sunbelt Conference rival, at high noon on Sunday over at Eagle Field. Then on Thursday, they face off against Mercer, also over at Eagle Field at 7 o'clock.
And for Georgia Southern men's soccer, it took a while for them to get things even settled. We were talking, it was just last Thursday that John Murphy's squad got their schedule set. They get it rolling tonight in Columbia, South Carolina. And it's quite a tall task against those Gamecocks.
And it was a heck of a game last year when Georgia Southern men's soccer went up to Columbia. Ended up being a 1-1 draw up in Columbia. But when you look at what that game was, Adam Davey scored in the 12th minute of that ball game. Georgia Southern led until the 90th minute of that game, 1-0. And then C.J. Smith, coincidentally now a Georgia Southern Eagle transferring in from South Carolina, scored the equalizer in the 90th minute to get that draw. But I know Georgia Southern men's soccer looking forward to this game.
Meanwhile, Georgia Southern Volleyball has been chomping at the bit, but due to the enhanced scheduling format of Sunbelt Volleyball in 2020, Chad Willis's bunch, they get it going next Friday at home for the start of a 3-match series against rival Appalachian State.
It starts a new scheduling format for volleyball across the Sunbelt Conference. You now play everybody in the Eastern Division 3 times, exception of Georgia State. You play them 4 times, 2 here, 2 up in Atlanta. But it gets started on Friday, 2 games on Friday night against Appalachian State.
Speaking of head coach John Murphy, he is this week's subject in Coach's Corner. That'll be after this when Blue White Weekly continues.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look at Georgia Southern athletics. So we step into Coach's Corner this week. We're back here at Eagle Field to catch up with Georgia Southern head coach for men's soccer, and John Murphy. And Coach, when you look at what the new normal looks like for Georgia Southern men's soccer, I'm sure you've answered this a lot over the last 6 months, but what does that look like for you guys as far as the COVID restrictions?
What we've been doing the past month, being disciplined with our daily routines, trying to isolate as much as possible, try to focus on the things that we're here to do at school. As a student athlete, you're here to go to class and to perform at a high level, and you're going to sacrifice a little bit socially, but you do get the social with our regular athletic activities.
You get Adam Davey back in the mix full go here in 2020, missed the last 4 games of last year after leading your squad in goals a year ago. What does he bring back to the squad?
Yeah, I think what he does, sometimes with goal scorers in different sports, they just have that one specialty, and maybe they don't bring other things to the table. Adam does all the little dirty jobs that sometimes you don't get from a goal scorer. So in our sport, it's very important to have people pressing from the front defensively, which creates attacking chances for us. So I'm expecting big things from Adam this year.
You return your top 3 scorers from a year ago. We mentioned Adam Davey, but also Alder Cortez and Alhaji Tambadu. What does having that nucleus back do for this team?
Yeah, I think we talked about it before. I think in a sport where, one goal can win a game, or the game's 2-1, and obviously there's critics to that, but there's values in goals. So the goals don't come cheaply. If the goals were easy to score, every game would be 5-4. So to get your scoring core back, it just makes it more difficult to shut down one person, which you can do in soccer. Obviously, you can shut down one guy, but it's very difficult to shut 2-3 people down. So it just means goals are coming from different areas, which is difficult for the opposition to be able to deal with.
What's the expectations that you and this staff have for 2020 Georgia Southern men's soccer?
Yeah, they're always the same. So to put ourselves in a position to win a Sun Belt championship. So you have a regular season championship, playing 6 games, each opponent home and away. And then, you're into a semifinal on the 13th of November with everything to play for, trying to get to that game on Sunday. So that's always been the standard around here, with a 3.0 in the classroom and no issues and no problems off the field.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
That'll do it for this week's edition of Coach's Corner on Blue White Weekly. We'll continue with more right after this.
This is it. This is the day we work for. All the months of preparation, all the hard work. Blue collar, discipline, toughness. That is what has led to this moment. There are people out there that tell you you can't do it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you're not fast enough. They'll tell you you're not strong enough. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you can't have it. You don't deserve it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! Get after those assets.
So you'd like to open a checking account today?
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Here are just a couple of moments at Alan E. Paulson Stadium. The Eagles try to get to 2-0 for the second time in 3 years, but this is a horse of a different color. Well, maybe an owl of a different color. It's the first ever matchup between Georgia Southern and Florida Atlantic. And Colin, last weekend we did say that Georgia Southern increased its non-conference home win streak to 25 straight. That's going to be put to the test against a team that won 11 games a year ago and is the defending Conference USA champions.
I think back to a couple of years ago when we thought about the non-conference home winning streak being in jeopardy against Western Michigan. Georgia Southern handled their business there, and now they take on a very good Florida Atlantic Owls team, but it's a very different Florida Atlantic Owls team than the won 11 games a year ago.
New head coach Willie Taggart takes over after getting let go a little bit more than halfway through last year when he was the head man at Florida State, went just 9-12 over 21 games leading the Seminoles. New offensive coordinators, two of them. Clint Trickett moves up after being the tight end assistant the last few seasons. Drew Maringer takes over as well. He was the passing game coordinator for Tom Herman at Texas. The defensive coordinator is Jim Leavitt, the former South Florida head coach. He had been the defensive coordinator over the last 5 seasons combined with Colorado and Oregon. Combine that with a new quarterback, some new wideouts, new tight ends, and pretty much an entire new defense. This is about as unknown a situation as Eagle football has ever walked into.
Yeah, and you see the starting quarterback gets named just on Monday after a 4-way quarterback battle, and we've talked about it throughout the week, how there are so many talented guys on this team, just unproven wearing that Florida Atlantic jersey. You've got so many wide receivers that have transferred in from Power 5 schools, from big-time schools. It's just a matter of what they're going to be doing while they're wearing the red or the white, whatever they don today.
The quarterback expected to be Nick Tronti, somebody who did play 11 games last year when backing up outstanding quarterback Chris Robinson, but Robinson no longer on the roster. Tronti more of a running quarterback, the 4-minute quarterback. He was brought in to try to ice games. He did play considerably a year ago when Florida Atlantic defeated Old Dominion 41-3. Actually a guy that Georgia Southern recruited at one time out of Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. And for Florida Atlantic's defense, it is a 3-4 alignment, expected to be at least under Jim Leavitt. So many new guys, but one guy that is an impact player that stays on board has moved from safety to cornerback, and that's Zion Gilbert.
And you saw last year what he could do for this Florida Atlantic defense in the secondary. I'm excited to see and kind of interested to see how that transition from safety to cornerback goes. It doesn't sound like a whole lot moving from more of the middle of the field to the perimeter, but everybody's a little bit different in how they're going to adjust to that.
Expect Leighton McCarthy to have an impact up front, being the end of that 3-4 alignment. Didn't get a chance to start until Conference USA play, but did lead the Owls in sacks in 2019. It should be an atmosphere unlike any other. I think we say that just about every weekend for Alan E. Paulson Stadium, but take one with a 25% capacity. Went off without much of a hitch. Of course, there was a little bit of rain because that's just how things go in Statesboro. But Georgia Southern goes for a 2-0 start for the second time in 3 years. Florida Atlantic, 3:30 kick, nationally televised on ESPN. First time the Eagles have been on the mothership for a Saturday home game since Irk Russell's last game, the national championship in 1989. Once again, we'd like to thank all the fine folks at the Multimedia Development Center for their fine work as always. And Eagle Nation, we appreciate you viewing this week's edition of Blue White Weekly. For Colin Lacey, this is Danny Reed. We'll catch you next Saturday with our next edition of Blue White Weekly.